everybody. It's been a long time. Time to get back into the weekly live chats and some product reviews, etc. So, thanks for joining me. How's it, Imran? Hey, quite keen to get early on. Loretta Burton, that's a new name. I don't think I've seen that before. How's it, Hardis? Andre, Ruan, Graham, Mr. Fisher. Hello, Mr. Fisher. And Ghetto Fix SA. I'm looking at some new names I haven't seen. We are going to give away some stuff tonight. Not too much tonight. But kindly donated by Juicy Licks. We've got a nice butter. Nice little fancy little USB stick on a card from Juicy Licks, and then we've got a nice Juicy Licks tog bag to give away tonight. Something different besides shirts and caps, etc. But yeah. So we've got that to give away. The Nightbot will give you the I guess I'm starting off on a bad note already. We'll give you the keyword to use. It'll go through the evening. So yeah. T-Vapes, how's it? Ronaldo, Vico, Yanni, Grant, JP, Frank, Mornay, Andre, Dreschen, all the usual crowd here. Well, how's it, guys? Oh, let me move out the way of that. Or let me move that rather over so I don't get caught behind the... So you can see this lovely mug. Where do I start? I had a couple of things that I wanted to show you this evening, but I've had to cancel one of the things I wanted to show you because I've encountered a small little error with it, which I need to find out from the suppliers first if it is a major problem or not, so I won't mention that at all tonight. But yeah, so I'm going to really be having a real nice open chat tonight. Yeah, see those are already typing Juicy Licks. Yeah. So I've got a couple of things I want to show you. You'll see we've been posting today of something epic that has arrived. I'm just going to throw up a picture of them quickly on the screen. Where is it gone? There. Oh, let me put that ahead of the live chat so that you guys can, people can see it. There. Wow, that's better. Yeah, we've been waiting for these for a while. It's a series dual battery potentiometer driven mod. Absolutely, yeah, out of this world when it comes to build quality. I'm going to do a close up now on it now. I've got one here with me, which I think Hugo, if you're watching, yeah, I think I'm going to be taking one myself. It is absolutely divine. I've got the one that's actually not on the picture here. It's the crime scene one, which is, yeah, mind-blowing. The packaging is divine. The artwork is divine. The build quality is divine. The buttons divine. And the way that they've done it is just absolutely, yeah. We've got hexomes. You get hexome fanatics. This is the first time I've ever seen these mods from Surric, but yeah, fallen in love with it straight away. So just going to give you some of the specs on it quickly so that you can see some of the specs. Also, again, that's going to be hidden there behind the chat. Stupid Craig, let me move that up there so it's in front of the chat. There you are. The new XR box mod, that's what it's called. There is a limited edition, and then there's the normal run-of-the-mill ones, and we've got both of them. It's got a potentiometer, which is on some of the. It's obviously on a hexome. It is on potentiometer on Noisy Crickets, and there's various other mods that use it. I know there are. Who's that other one that did some potentiometer work? I think it is Hotsig also has got one. Yeah, so it's a dual 18650. Obviously they're not included. It's the enclosure is made out of aluminium, spring loaded 510 pin. It's got a Fat Daddy 510, which I'll show you now. The chipset is the Easy Pro 200 watt. It's got reverse polarity and fuse protection. This is what I know there's another mod there, but for the life of me, I can't figure out what the name of the mod is called. But there's another one that uses the same type of fuse, but it's a specialist fuse. The switch is a Martech switch, 0.15 ohms. Is the lowest resistance it can build. Size is obviously 98 millimeters by 50 by 29, and it is made in the US of A. So let me get rid of that now. Now we don't need that. So, and where is my camera now? You can see I haven't been doing this for a while because I've got things lying all over the place. Let me move my camera here quickly. How's it to a whole lot of people that have just joined? Thanks for joining. But yeah, so that's the packaging it comes in. Lovely tin box, lovely protected inside. It doesn't come with anything inside the box. That's just the way it comes. Nice little tin box, so it's going to travel well. And then here's the crime scene one. I'm going to just get the camera so I can zoom in on it there quickly. This is the crime scene version. Okay. The paintwork is absolutely top notch. Okay, yeah, I've got a bit of juice on there. You can see a Fat Daddy on the top, which is, we all know what they are like. There, it sits flush, nothing's gonna protrude off it. I have put a 28.5 millimeter drip on, and there is a very slight overhang, so you can see it there. Let me just screw it down. There is it's not an overhang over here, but it's an overhang on the arch where this arch is down. There's a bit of an overhang there, so if you're OCD, yeah, but I would say 27 millimeter is going to fit fine on it. You're going to be able to zoom while I take that off. So there's obviously the potentiometer, that's that side, made in the US of A. Just going to give you a rundown. There's your fire button, your back panel, your front panel, and you can hear button is absolutely epic. And it's all got 4 seriously strong magnets, and then that's what it looks like on the inside. Absolutely fantastic on the inside. Gone so far as to, on this side of the well, I'm turning it the other way, these are protected, are covered with a special protection so that they don't touch. 25 amp fuse, which is nice because if the fuse does pop, not a problem. You can buy this at any single car shop. Okay, that just pops back in there. And that's what the internals look like. Absolutely, yeah, this is workmanship that I have never seen before. Phenomenal workmanship. Obviously going along with, you know, people with Hexome freaks like Kurt Yayo and those people. I think, yeah, Kurt actually bought one today. He was in Durban and he bought one today and he's loving it. Probably the only, so far I'm going to put some batteries in now. Probably the only thing that might irritate me a little bit is there's a little bit of door movement, just a ever so fraction door movement, but you have to be seriously OCD for that to affect you. You can just hear there's just a little bit of door movement on it. Potentiometer, and obviously, so I'm going to put some batteries in there. I have not even tried it as yet. I've just walked in the home, so let me put it in. Obviously it's in series. Please, battery safety, please practice battery safety. Make sure that your batteries are correctly, there's no breaks on the seals. And I'm going to slap a tank on it tonight, but I'm going to think in future I will use a RDA on it. I'm putting the Triple T from Vandy Vape on it. Funny enough, I've been using this tank quite a bit recently. So that's what it looks like with a Triple T on it. So let me just zoom in on this again. There's the Triple T. So you know, everybody who knows what a Triple T is, You can see there's a ever so slight overhang there. It's probably a quarter of a mil overhang. If you're that OCD, it might be affected, or such big tanks, but not too many people run around with really big tanks like this. But let me have a hit. Oh, I think I need a little bit more power, Scotty. I need some more power. I've literally, you can see where the potentiometer is. I've just moved that potentiometer, so it's, yeah, that's there. Oh. This applies power very quickly. Yeah, super. Vupu, instant power. Oh, I think I've just found my new favorite mod. This button, I'm absolutely in love with this button. I love those clicky buttons. It's like, yeah, that's one of my pet peeves when I don't have clicky buttons, but that is absolutely fantastic. As I said, there's a whole variance of different, this is just the normal version. There is the limited edition versions that are available that are slightly more expensive. A link will pop up now about to the collection where you can go and have a look at this if you want to. But yeah, if you're in the market for something that has a potentiometer that supplies raw power, yeah, this is definitely one of the things that you need to have a look at. Yeah, absolutely awesome. Let me just see if there is. I see Imran says that, yeah, we can go to Zubair because he'll supply the fuses. Yeah, you can get those fuses pretty much anywhere. Any vape shop, or not vape shop, fuck, any car shop you can find those things. Let's just check some questions there quickly. I'm just obviously saying how's it to everybody again. It's been a long time. Sorry, I know I was sick on 2 Wednesdays and I was away for away for 2 Wednesdays, so I apologize for not doing the show, and then I was sick one. But yeah, we're getting back into it. Aren't those screws going to be an annoyance in their hand? Not really. They do protrude ever so. Let me just get those screws up there so you can see it when I find where this bloody mouse thing has got to. They do protrude slightly, but not to a point where they're fully rounded. They're not going to cut your hand or anything like that. There's no sharp corners on this at all. Okay, fair enough. Also, I've got really big hands, so I cover, my hands touch all 4 screws and it doesn't feel like it's any problem. Maybe if you've got smaller hands and you're in a specific place, you're going to miss them, but yeah, no, absolutely epic. Oh, that's really nice. I think I'm taking that out of stock, Hugo. Yeah, so I better take one out before they're all sold out. T-Vapes, those were limited and only available by Mr. Barnes, all the way from the UK. Hello, sir. Oh, and who else is here from the UK? I think Trishan was watching earlier, and how's it all the way from the UK. Evening, everyone. Let me just check some more questions. Mr. Coil Company's in the house. Where are my few coils, Mr. Coil Company? I'm waiting for my coils. Yeah, I must say that that's always the one scare that I've got with devices that have fuse setups. Okay, is that how do you get to that fuse? Like, for example, yeah, it's easy because you just pop that fuse up, put another 25 amp fuse in there. I've lost my train of thought earlier on when it came to what is it bloody called now? MOSFET. That's what a MOSFET does at the end of the day. So that they've replaced it with that. as far as I know. So that's quite a clever idea. So if you do pop the fuse for whatever reason, it's quite easy to replace it, and it's inexpensive. I think those fuses cost like $3 or something like that. Gonna go carve the chicken. Yeah, you can send some down here. Haven't had dinner yet. Yeah, it's nice to be back, Etienne. It has been a while, but yeah. Let me just check here. You can get most fuses at the petrol station. Yeah, that's true. Pull traction control fuse out. Don't need that. Okay, I don't know. I wouldn't put a bigger fuse in, eh? You know, it's designed to go. Storm alert! We're gonna have a storm later. It's designed to only go down to 0.15 ohms. So if you're doing your mathematics correctly, 25 amp fuse should be more than sufficient. I wouldn't go messing with it. You know, you could probably put a lower amp chip in if you wanted to. You've got a better chance of popping it. The build that is in there is exactly 0.15 ohms. So yeah, rather stick to what the manufacturer says is acceptable. I know it will fire down lower than that, but that'll more than likely pop the fuse. Yeah, how's the Trishan from the UK? Okay, then obviously we've got another thing that's a hot topic currently, is the Nick salts. Okay, just a warning, folks, and this is just my opinion. Other people have different opinions. I'm still in the belief that Nick salts should never be sub-ohmed. Okay, if you've got pod style devices, high ohmage coils, I don't think the science is quite there yet regarding Nick salts. Although we do sell Nick salts, I don't recommend that people sub-ohm Nick salts in any way. Everybody might have different opinions. We've got some Nick salts from Opus. We've got, I'm trying to think who else we've got, of old, you can see old Juicy Licks. He's done, we've got SNLV Ice in Nick salts, but he quite clearly on the back says warning, this is only for mouth to lung, non-sub-ohm vaping. So just guys, be careful. I'm more concerned about guys sharing juices and some people not aware that Nick salts should not be sub-ohmed. If you share juices or you hand juices, spare juices to mates and stuff like that, please just be careful with Nick salts. Also, I don't know if people are aware of it. In Durban, there was a really young kid taken to hospital recently. I haven't found out if she's okay or not yet, but I will get back to you. Where she drank a 18 milligram bottle of liquor, e-juice, and she was really sick. So you know, these Nick salts, this is 15 milligram, 20. I had a guy in the shop the other day that was vaping on a 50 milligram Nick salt. Guys, you just got to be so careful with that stuff, please, especially around animals, especially around really young kids. I'd hate for something to happen, you know, because although nicotine in the form that we're consuming it at the normal milligram strengths, you know, 3 milligram, 6 milligram, that's fairly safe. When you start getting into these 24, 50 milligram type of place, you're playing in an area where I'm still not comfortable. I personally am not going to be putting Nick salts in any juices anytime soon that we manufacture. So just please be careful there, guys. Really please be careful. My calls are 80% done. Thanks, buddy. Let's see, Nick salt. Hey, look, I'm vaping Nick salts here. Really smooth, gives you your nicotine fix. I'm more concerned about people swapping juices with somebody because they don't like a juice, or somebody not knowing that you can't vapor on sub-ohm. You know, for your hardened vapors, we all know that Nick salt's got to be on a mouth to lung. Some people don't know that. That's our opinion. You know, I see states is going wild with Nick salts. You know, obviously they're doing their homework and stuff, But until I find something hard and fast where it says, yeah, Nick salts is 100% safe, I'm going to stay clear of it. I do vape on it purely because I vape it in a mouth-to-lung device, and that's the only reason that I do. And I don't mind the taste. I know Rob doesn't like it at all. I actually don't mind the taste of it, but that's my opinion. But I'm more careful, worried about kids getting a hold of it, because that's really high milligrams. And you know, if a little kid was rushed to hospital with 18 milligram, can you imagine a 24 milligram or 50 milligram like some of these guys, or 36 milligram? Just please be careful. Okay. Look, Ifran says Nick salts become carcinogenic at high temperatures or high wattage. There's no that I can find, and you're more than happy to, if you've got information, please send it to me, because I'm a sponge for information regarding it. You know, if you find information about it, I can't find any hard and fast thing. Is it carcinogenic? Is it not carcinogenic, or whatever? You know, if all the Americans are now starting to do these Nick salt juices, you know, surely they, you know, especially with the legislation that's currently in place, that they must have done a bit of research, or quite a bit of research on it, etc. But yeah, so if you've got the information, please forward it to me. That's craig@survape.co.za. I'd love to read it, please. Yeah, I know Rayon, which is Haywire, that owns Haywire. Oh, by the way, Haywire, congratulations, Mania, on I think on that poll that was running on our Arbor, it's hands down that Haywire is the best wire in South Africa currently. So well done on bringing that stuff into the country, and I wish you all the best for the future, buddy. Yeah, 50 milligram. Yeah, that's ludicrous. Yeah, it's absolutely ludicrous. Yeah, this is I'm really liking this. It's if you've been a cloud chaser for a long period of time, to get used to one of these type of things is really hard. But I have to say, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it with Nick salts. But you know, that's me. Yeah, pod system stuck too. Yeah, no, Rob, you're a Philistine, my boy. Just answering some questions here. I'm just trying to see where it is there now. Has he Dreschen retracted his message? I don't have a problem talking about that, Dreschen. You know, I don't hold grudges. I don't do any of that. Yeah, for those you don't know, we have received a squonker, which is a budget line squonker, in recently. It's called the Anita. It's made by Arctic Dolphin. I did do a little bit of a review or unboxing in the shop the other day. It's a 100 watt squonker. It's not a true 100 watt squonker. It can take a 18650, it can take a 2700, a 21700. It has got interchangeable panels. It is made of a cheap plastic. You know, not hiding that whatsoever. It's really lightweight in the hand until you put a battery in. Obviously, the battery holds the weight. But at the end of the day, it was bought. We as a company have had a lot of people wanting regulated squonkers at an affordable price. You know, your mechanical squonkers, like your Pulse and your Athena, are all reasonably priced mechanical squonkers. People so there are a lot of people that are nervous to play with mechanics, hence us bringing in the Anita, made by Arctic Dolphin. It's 100 watts. It's marketed as a 100 watt squonker, and it's probably at its maximum is probably at 50 watts, 60 watts. It's probably 5 watts underpowered. When you're getting up to the maximum 100, it's probably 12 watts underpowered. Okay. But not everybody vapes at that wattages. You know, most people vape on a single coil at between 30 and 50 watts. And at that 30, 50 watts, there's no differentiation between that and a RSQ. Obviously, in weight and look and feel, yes, there is. This is aluminium that's made out of plastic. But at the price point, we couldn't turn it down, because we've had so many people asking for an affordable regulated squonker because they were nervous to play in the mechanical mod era, and hence us bringing it in. There was a negative review on it, said it was a really cheap mod. It is a cheap mod. It's a cheap quality 80 watt, probably 85 watt squonker. So I had no problem in talking about it. You know, if you're wanting to have a proper squonker and you've got the money, yes, you can spend the 1800 rand on a DNA mod, but not everybody has that money to spend. And we always look at our customers and take our customers' opinions, and they wanted it, so we bought it in. So hence they get in there. So if anybody is looking for one, really epic little mod, it is lightweight, it's made out of plastic, but apart from that, I can't fault it. I can't fault the mod. If you want to come in and look and touch and feel, you're more than welcome to come and do that. But so yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all. Other things that have arrived in the shop besides these, I didn't bring it back. We've got the Rig Mod World 25mm BF RDA that arrived. It's got the one with the spring-loaded posts. I didn't bring that home tonight, unfortunately, but I will do a little bit of unboxing tomorrow in the shop. I've got a couple of things I'm going to unbox in the shop tomorrow because those little videos seem to have gone down well. New juices, TKO knocking it out the park again with their marshmallow milk, and then Wingman. Wingman not my really cup of tea because it's like a Red Bully type of scenario, but the marshmallow milk, mwah, absolutely divine. And then Mr. Decadent Clouds, that Sublime Gelato, my god, absolutely epic lime gelato. My son is a lime milkshake fanatic, and yes, he does vape, and yes, he's under 18, but he vapes 0 milligram nicotine. When I told him that we had a proper lime gelato, he asked me to bring home a bottle for him. Thank you very much, Rusty, for giving me that bottle. My son was in seventh heaven when he got that, because it tastes just like a lime milkshake does, but obviously it's a lime ice cream. Absolutely epic juice. Then we got the hexomes in, all the anodized and the normal ones. And then there's two RDAs. I was going to unbox them tonight, but I'd rather just chat with everybody. I'll do a little unboxing for tomorrow. I'm not going to do it justice tonight. Also, there is Peanut Butter Conspiracy from G-Bomb, which is flying off the shelves. And for all those people that were looking for some CBD pens, etc., we have got some more CBD and CBD wax pens that have arrived in the shop. And then obviously, which Rob was raving about, we have got the 250C paranormals that have come into the shop as well, which those are buying them up left, right and center. So yeah, let me just quickly check some questions there. And I'm going to show you my baby. I bought it from Uncle Rob. Okay, my Limelight. I couldn't resist. Absolutely epic piece of mod. Ooh. VCT, dedicated to this mod now. I've missed a whole lot of questions. Excuse me while I read the questions, guys. I'm trying to catch up here. I talk too much and don't read enough. Yeah, Rob says, what do you expect for 800 Rand? Look, I can tell you, you know, if you get that, you can hear this. You know, that's the same feeling you get hearing it. I'm not going to talk anymore about it. It's a good product at a really good price for those people who don't want to play in the mech field but want to learn how to squonk. Ideal. Imran, I'm going to hold up on answering Imran's question regarding the pulse. Okay, I did receive a test unit. As much as I can say, as I have experienced a problem with it, we are busy discussing it with Vandivape, and they have promised me that they've sorted it out. But I can't give you. I don't feel that it's right to Vandivape to give it the review that I would give on it, purely because it is a test unit. It's not the final production. So I have come up across a little bit of a problem. They are working on it, and it's evidently a software thing. So I'll know tomorrow, and then I'll give you my opinion thereafter. Nizam, there is no best regulated mech. A mech is something that's no regulation, and then the regulated mod has got a chip in it. So you don't get a regulated mech, you get a mech, mechanical, which is that, and then you get a regulated mod, which has a chip in it. Look, what I can tell you about the Vandivape, okay, is that the build of the mod is par none. It's phenomenal. The actual build structure of the mod, the bottle is fantastic. The ergonomic feel is fantastic. We've just picked up a slight software error. That's what I'm going to tell you, okay? But they said that can be sorted out, so I will sort it out tomorrow, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. Irfan, what's better between a Hex and the Surric? I've got both. I think the Hex, there's a cult following for Hex. So if you're a Hex fanboy, it's like a VW fanboy and a BMW fanboy. You know, we always try to find something that's different, that people aren't exposed to on a regular basis, and hence us bringing these things in. Okay, it's because it's the look. They both do exactly the same thing. They both supply you power in the same way. My opinion on the internals is these internals are way better than a Hexo. But they both do the same thing. They both supply the power in the same way. Potentiometer, different types of buttons. Probably size-wise, they're probably almost identical in size. Okay, size-wise. Sorry, my tank is leaking here. I just want to wipe it off quickly. It really comes down to aesthetics, and at the end of the day, and that's what I've always said is I don't review things and say it's, you know, one's better than another one. I give you my pros and cons. Definitely the internals in this, in my opinion, are better quality than in a Hexome, but there's nothing wrong with a Hexome. These just have different designs, and you know, you can go look through the photographs again, and oh man, it just to me, it stands out. You know, it's most vapors like to be different to their mates, and these things are different. And they hit hard. They really hit hard. Sure. PJ Dutoy asked a question, a rough estimate, how many people do you think have come into the shop as smokers, come back as full-time vapors, or stopped smoking and vaping? Yo. I would hazard a guess that in our shop, looking at our customer base, I would hazard a guess that we have probably converted, our conversion rate's quite high, so I'll probably say we've converted at least 7, 8, 9,000 people, but that's a total thumbsuck, just based on just doing an average of what our account holders on our website are. We've got a lot of people that don't have accounts, so I'm basing it on that. So probably at a max 10,000, at a minimum 8,000 people that we've been able to convert. Yeah, I would say around about those figures. I might be totally wrong, but my thumbsuck is about that. Mornay, we do have some of the other G-Bomb flavors in stock. The Moondrops on Ice and these two other ones that I think we do stock. T-Vapes, asked, are we getting the Recurve audio? Order was in a long time ago. As soon as they're ready to be sent out, we'll be one of the first, if not the first, to get them. Nizam, don't even, to be honest with you, I've been a bit out of what's new coming. I don't even know if they're doing a version 2.5. I stand to be corrected. Look, Imran, a cricket is a mech if you put it into beast mode and full series mode. We know on the V2 where you flip that chip over and you pop it back in. That's full mech. Although it has got a MOSFET in it, it's still you can still classify that as a full mech. And that's my opinion, yeah. Ryan, voltage regulator mods works on the same principle. All that happens is that your protection lies there. So if you do anything stupid, this is going to pop. Okay, and this is a 25 amp fuse. This is going to pop, which is then going to nullify everything that you won't get any power. The same as a MOSFET chip. If you do something really stupid, okay, the MOSFET chip will kick in, pop the chip, pop it, and you won't be able to. So it's a mechanical form of regulation, if you want to put it that way. Like your boards have got built-in software, okay, to stop you doing stupid things. That's what that chip does. That explains it. Hello, Mr. Kurt. Dude, I think I'm going to tell Hugo, well, I think if he's watching, he's going to check. I'm taking this baby out of stock. It's absolutely sublime. Oh, it's a nice mod. Even epic, better juice. You'll see, guys, I've only got two of them, yeah, that Steam Masters is launching, which is one of our sister companies, is launching Outcasts. I think the launch date is set for the 5th of next month. A lot of vape shops are going to be getting this juice, if it's in Durban, in Cape Town, in Joburg, in Bloemfontein, in Nelspruit, etc. The hype is real. I'll tell you the flavor profiles. There's a mango with a little hint of ice. It's not just this plain mango, there's multiple things in there, but it's classified as a mango. We've got a straw tart apple, and then a grape on ice. Okay, you need to get your hands on these. Next week's show, I will be giving one lucky guy some lucky person will win a set of it. There'll be, besides vendors and guys who do reviewing, you'll be the first customer to own a set of them. Button is really nice though, Rayon. It's really clicky. I love that little clicky button. What I'm impressed with is the time taken to pushing the button to getting a result. And you know, the drag, in my opinion, is probably the fastest. The Vupu drag is probably the fastest hitting, in my opinion, and it comes down to milliseconds, and this hits instantly. We've got another juice launching a little bit later on. I won't get into it yet because we'll do the whole marketing thing. But watch out for that. That is an epic juice. Hardest, are you wanting one of these on the next waffle? If you can just answer that. Just tell me. I'm assuming that you're talking about that. How's the KBG? We are waiting, the Grandmaster, we are waiting for that. Just on the note of the CBD, we are having great results on the CBD. people don't believe me, I'm gonna physically show you. You know, I've battled my entire life, and those people who know me personally know that I've never ever slept well. I've always suffered with insomnia my entire life, and if I used to get 3.5 hours sleep a night, it was a hell of a lot. And the only thing that I've changed, yes, part of it could be I've cut out sugar totally from my diet, or when I say totally, it's probably I've cut 95% of any sugar out of my diet, which could be one of the reasons as well. But I've been vaping on CBD before I go to bed, and this, I wear one of these watch things to track what I do, and I'm just going to show you, if I can just find my camera quickly. I'm going to show you, I'm averaging, the last 7 days I've averaged 4 hours and 35 minutes of deep sleep, 2 hours and 57 minutes of average light sleep, and 13 minutes awake. I'm getting on average 7.5 hours of sleep a night, and I can, one of the things is CBD. So guys, if you've never tried CBD before, make sure that the place you're getting from it is legit. We have got restocks of CBD, and this is not a sales pitch, guys. We've had people attesting to it on our Facebook page and on our review section on the CBD. It is, I've stopped taking anti-inflammatories for my knees, and I'm sleeping like an absolute baby. And all I can say is the CBD, and obviously cutting out sugar has had an impact on that, and I won't lie about that. But the sleep and the non-anti-inflammatories, because of my knees, I've got to suffer a long time with my knees. Absolutely mind-blowing. My son gets really bad migraines. I've got a bottle for him because he does vape. He hasn't had to have a headache tablet in close to a month, because he vapes on that when he starts getting a headache. So yeah, guys, I know we've got almost nothing left, but our new stocks are coming. You don't have to buy from me, but find somebody, a legitimate source of CBD. We've got the concentrate. We've got a large stock of the concentrate, but the actual physically mixed e-juice, we don't have a lot of it. We're waiting for more stocks to arrive, and fortunately they're held up in customs. But guys, if you battle with sleep, you battle with joint pains, stuff like that, just try it. I know it's money that you've got to spend, but just try it. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Can't imagine how Ronaldo, are you saying I'm old, bro? Can't imagine how the juice profile changed since you senior vapors started vaping. How old do you think I am? I'm more than likely old enough to be your father, but yeah. No, that's the evolution of vaping, and we've had this discussion on numerous occasions. The evolution of vaping, it's absolutely mind-blowing. You know, when we first started vaping, most juices were 50-50, 18, 24 milligram, you know, tobacco and menthol, and that was it. You know what I mean? Today, you are absolutely spoiled for choice. There's no reason why today you can't quit smoking with the amount of flavors, the devices that you've got out there today. Yeah, it's mind-blowing. Surric, how the waffle basically works, on our community page, we don't do it on our normal page. On the community page, there's 21 slots. The first person to take 3 spots gets a bonus spot. Each spot costs you a specific amount, and it's basically like doing a raffle. You stand a 1 in 21 chance of winning the mod. So, and you obviously get it costs you a hell of a lot less to maybe win that mod. We just did it because guys were asking for us to do it, so that's why we did it. Yeah, Brandon. Brandon. You've bought a couple of times. I can't. You know, besides vaping being a miracle to save people, this stuff, and you can see in America the guys are waking up to this, you know, the CBD. This is from obviously from a hemp plant. It's this stuff, this natural shit can cure lots of stuff. Cool beans, Grandmaster. Yeah, Brandon, the Obi-Wan Kenobi is really good, but this the Nilla cake is probably the best out of them. We are getting stocks that are on their way, but you just have to bear with us. Justin, I do have the concentrate. The concentrate CBD is suspended in propylene glycol. Okay, so it's easy to mix with your e-juice. Please, folks, 0 milligram nicotine if you're using CBD, not 3 milligram, 6 milligram, no nicotine whatsoever, because they counteract each other. And also not high wattages. I run it on a little Serpent RDTA at 25 watts. Okay, single coil, ohming out at 0.9 ohms, and that's what I carry out. It's a dedicated device just for my CBD. I'm only joking with you, Ronaldo. Yeah. The dripper, it's a clone armor. It's a dual coil. It is a clone. I won't lie to you, it's a clone of our clone, but it's almost identical to the original. I use that on here, and I find that I get all the flavor profiles of VCT best through this device, and that's why this one's dedicated to my all-time favorite juice, which is VCT. Is the paint on the gold drag really fragile? Ryan, I can't tell you because we never got the gold edition in, but sorry, I can't tell you that. Well, Etienne asked, where does legislation in RSA stand in regards to nic salts? Well, there's no legislation currently in place for nicotine. Although they are going to be imposing it soon, and anything that's going to be nicotine based, the government's going to want to tax it. Please, the South African government is not interested in your health and well-being. All they want is money. It's different in for example, the United Kingdom, where they actually take health and that into consideration, and they're proactive when it comes to that. You can just basically ask Treshan, or you can ask Lee, who watches the show. You can get your stuff on your health key. South Africa, they're only going to worry about the taxes. They're going to want to tax the shit out of us, and that we know that's going to come. Whether they do anything else, I doubt it. I really doubt it. They can't even monitor the existing stuff that they've got, so I think it's just going to be taxed. But yeah, nic salts would fall in the same category as nicotine, normal nicotine. But yeah. Clone on a 7K mod. Julian, I don't care what it is. Yeah, I do agree with you. A clone on a 7K mod, but I'm Scottish. I don't like spending money. When I bought this from Uncle Rob, I didn't buy it under a grudge. It wasn't like I had to, because it just looked to me, and whether it's a clone or a original, if it does the same thing, I'm happy with it. Yeah, I hope that doesn't piss you off, but that's me. Sorry. I think the 120ml Frosties are on their way. Yeah, guys, this I must actually just try and see if I can find that. I'll post a link to it. For those who have not joined this group, it was an initiative that myself and Kurt started a while ago. I'm going to post a link to it just go and join this group. There's some like really interesting articles. Kurt posts as often as he can. I post as often as he can. Just go and have a look at this group and join the group. It's not advertising. It's just information regarding what's happening with vaping and stuff like that. There's a little thing running there at the moment. Your testimonials regarding vaping. Just go and post something there. You know, you could help save somebody else's life. Yeah. Cool. So you guys have seen that there's the Juicy Licks thing running. That's the keyword tonight, and I'm going to give away that bag, Juicy Licks bag, and a little like card next week. Obviously, with the launch of Outcasts coming, I'll give away these plus some caps and stuff like that. And then we'll get back in the swing of the things. I will do a couple of in-store unboxings. I'll just show you. This is one of the RDAs that I'm going to do an unboxing on. Okay, it's the Anglo RDA, restrictive draw type of RDA. Then I don't know how to pronounce this, Aquitius from Hell Vape, okay, which is also a new product that we've got in RDA. I'll do an unboxing on that tomorrow in the shop and give you a little bit of a look at it. Lee, probably in the next week, buddy. I moderate sometimes. Lee, you will get one when you send yours. No, I can tell you now that we'll get them before that. Okay. Anybody got any questions? Tonight, what I'm vaping on tonight, I've had that, what's the name? In here, I've got a new juice that will be launching in the next 6 weeks or so. It's already made, just got to waiting for labels, and then we'll do some marketing on it. If you're a dessert person, it's going to be epic. I've obviously got my CBD in here. I've got Juicy Licks SNLV 15 milligram Nic salts in the Surric. On my Monarch, my green clear edition Monarch, I've got the grape on ice. Okay. On my Limelight, I don't have here's the bottle with the clone armor, I've got VCT, and then in my stolen recovered Monarch, my steampunk edition, where's it now? Where's it? Oh, there we are. I've got Jam Monster, the new Jam Monster, which I'm actually quite enjoying it. It's closely becoming one of the favorite Jam Monsters. So that's what I'm vaping on tonight. Yeah, let's check with the questions. How many were watching? 56 people watch, 57 people watching. No, that's lucky. Yeah, we'll slowly get those numbers up again. I know I've been a little bit bad doing it. I will get back into it, I promise you. Just it's to find time to do it. Sean asked, Craig, do you only vape CBD at night or during the day as well? I have in the morning when I wake up, after I've got up and brushed my teeth and whatever like that. I'll take 4 or 5 good lacquer pulls. What I tend to do is I inhale it and I retain as much of the vapor inside, and then I exhale, because I'm not wasting it, because it's quite expensive. Okay, and then midday after lunch I'll do the same, 5 really good pulls, and then in the evening I might actually use it twice, you know, when I get home from work, just to relax, because you can see my demeanor, I'm more relaxed, and it's not that I'm high or I'm stoned or whatever. It tends to just chill you out. You know, if you look at the science behind CBD, anything more than 40 milligrams at a specific time is wasted on you. For an adult male. So just vaping it the entire day doesn't actually do what you think it does. It's really for key times during the day, and they do say it's best to eat before you actually use it. But it doesn't make you can drive a motor vehicle, it just chills you, just takes the edge off without you feeling intoxicated, if that might be the right word. Ronaldo, the best person regarding what mods are coming out is Hugo. I leave that totally up to him. He knows. Maybe best thing is message him. He'll be able to tell you. Ryan asks about the one shots. The one shots are flying off the shelf. I've been so impressed with how it was taken by the community, those Fogs one shots. What I'll do is I'll do a little recipe guide that'll help Ryan on 3 milligram and 6 milligram, just on what percentages. But what I can tell you is if you're mixing up to the original recipe, you take the entire bottle, which is 20 mils, into 70 milliliters of VG, 9.5 milliliters of 36 milligram PG nicotine, and 0.5 milliliter of propylene glycol, which will give you exactly 100 mils. Shake it, leave it for a couple of weeks or a week or two, and there's your 3 milligrams. So it's 70 mils of VG, 9.5 mils of PG 36 milligram nicotine, 20 ml whole 20 ml concentrate bottle, and 0.5 milliliter of propylene glycol. If you want it slightly weaker, you can just play around with the amount of concentrate and just top it up with propylene glycol. Or if you want it slightly stronger, you drop your VG content. Kevin, no answer on the Pulse 80 watt yet. I'm just waiting for some feedback on something regarding the mod, and then I will do it. Just a random question. What question do you get asked the most by vapors? What's your favorite juice? That's probably the most popular, most common question that is asked me. What's your favorite juice, and what's your favorite build? And what's your favorite device? Those are probably the three most common ones that are asked of me. Yeah. Just remember, Surric, on a Wasp Nano, you've got a little bit bigger deck to play with, and also remember that it's a single coil on the Nano, which is designed for flavor, and the Amit 25 is a dual coil with a more restrictive deck. What you could do is just try and change your build up on that, or on your DIY juice, drop the amount of VG by 5% and increase it by PG, which will boost your flavor. Brandon, a device, all it is supplies power. Okay, the device doesn't create the cloud, it just supplies the power. So the device itself is never going to produce anything but give you power. When it comes down to tanks, probably the tank that gives me the most amount of vapor at the moment would be this Triple T, and the RDA that gives me the most amount of vapor will be my Elite from Armageddon, which is a 28.5 millimeter RDA. Kurt, you can fuck off. That's what's on special. I'm tired of people wanting things on special. Yes, it's ruining the industry. Okay, for those who haven't done the Juicy Licks, I'm going to call it a night. Given you quite a bit of information tonight. We will do it regularly. Next week I'm hopefully going to have another international guy on, and then if anybody who knows Naeem from Juicy Licks, please try and convince him to come on the show. He's slightly shy and he's scared to come on the show because he's scared that he's going to say something that's wrong or whatever, and it's not about that, it's about vaping. So if you know Naeem, please message him and say to him, Craig says you will be on the show in 2 weeks time, get ready for it. I'm going to do the giveaway. Now how the giveaway works is basically it's randomized. Everybody who used the words Juicy Licks as the Nightbot was handing it out to you is eligible for the prize. I roll the button 3 times and the person who's on the 3rd time will win the prize. If you live in Durban, you can come and collect the prize. If you don't live in Durban, you need to please PM me Everybody should know me or be on my survey page or have me as a friend on Facebook. I need your full name, your address, your postal code and your cell phone number. So I'm going to switch over to the lucky draw. Okay, you can see there's the lucky draw. The keyword is Juicy Licks, okay, which is over there. You can't see that on my mouse for some reason. I'm going to roll it for the first time now. I'm going to roll it for the second time now. There are no, and I'm going to roll it. What's going on here? Something's not right here. Just give me 2 seconds, please. I'm just trying to figure this out. Giveaways, cancel. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to roll it for the first. What? Everybody's eligible. This is not working nicely. What is going on here? Something's not working nicely here. Gonna roll it again. And that's the first time. I'm gonna roll it the second time. It's not. This is not working properly, guys, for some reason, and it's typical that I always have some problem. Let me do this. These are all the people that have said Juicy Licks. I'm just gonna pop that into random.org. Just please give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that, folks. Lists and more. Paste. These are all the people that entered into that draw. So you can see that. I'm going to randomize it for the first time. Go down to the bottom again. I'm going to randomize it for the second time. And good luck, everybody. This is going to be the winner, and I've hit the button. Mr. Coil Company. Mr. Coil Company himself. If you could please get a hold of me so I can organize to get your prize out to you. Sorry about that, folks. Obviously something wasn't working 100% on that. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. I appreciate all your support. Survey appreciates your support, and I'll do some more videos during the course of the week. Yeah, good night, guys.